welcome to the Tiv.
Thank you very much.
To North Wales.
Thank you for having me.
No problem at all. First impressions of the venue?
Well, we've been here before. We played here in about 2005.
Oh, yeah.
So you had that familiar whiff of, you know, whatever happened in 2005. I can't remember much of it, but I remember it was a good night. People drank, like yourself. It was great. It was a good time. Yeah, so coming back in, it was just like, okay, cool, we're here.
Well, for me, it's just obviously one of my favourite bands. I mean, there's been some big bands here. You've got Oasis, Guns N' Roses, Radiohead,
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's got like the history, isn't it?
Oh, it's got amazing history. Goldie Looking Chain.
I mean, it's got some history, but then you say Goldie Looking Chain.
Life of Ryan. Life of Ryan. Are you doing something with them next year?
No, we did something with them played a show with them in Mallorca. Yeah, we're all big fans of that band.
Yeah.
So yeah, we played a show with them, and we spoke about doing some other things. I think it'd be fun if we did.
Yeah. Bit of metal history for you.
Yes.
The only time, well, the one time they've ever played here, my band supported them.
No way.
Yeah.
When was that?
Back '94, I think. River Runs Red was out.
Yeah.
Because we'd never heard them. The next day we went out and we actually bought the tape cassette.
That's great.
Oh, it was fantastic.
What's the name of your band?
Well, the band at the time was called Flood. Didn't really do a great deal. We had a support sort of Wicked Joe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
Did you just watch them when they came in?
Yeah,
we're mates with them.
Hey?
We're mates with them.
Oh,
yeah, I played drums for Wicked Joe a few times. Yeah, when they opened the Brad Cooper.
Things you don't know, things you find out, yeah.
Big things running through my mind. I think about them all the time. I'm gonna do my thing the way I wanna do it, and everything will be alright. Big things running up my soul. I think about to lose control. Do I tell myself that I can get through it? Maybe I'll never know. Big things are in my brain. Big things got me again.
So far, live reviews. I believe you tear up little arseholes everywhere you play. I think that's putting it bluntly.
I mean, we try our best, you know, we don't want anyone to bleed, but try and invoke the feeling of the best time ever.
For you, how was this tour compared to previous tours?
I mean, this tour is literally, you know, there's a phrase in the UK of the toilet tour. You know what I mean? Where it's like basically tiny little venues, they call them the toilet rental. I don't know where that came from, but all these venues are like venues that we all played, like when we first started the band. So things like Bedford, Swansea, they're towns that not every band goes to. Like you mentioned, Life of Agony played there in 1994, Zeppelin, and then to come back, I mean, not comparing ourselves to those bands, but we played this venue a long time ago, and most of the places on this tour have been places that we played early on in the band's career, and to go back and do them and pack them out, it's satisfying, you know what I mean? Because we did April, which was our big headline tour. We did Brixton Academy, Manchester Academy, and then to come back and do these small venues, intimate venues, it's a totally different vibe. Because you know, turn up to those big venues, you've got a truck full of shit, you know, loads of lights, loads of gear. It was like, this is just bare bones. It's just a band. That's it. There's no gimmicks.
Sometimes it's the best way.
I think so, yeah. I think so too. And like doing it like this means that it's unforgiving. If you suck, the crowd, you see the whites of their eyes. You know, there's no smoke to hide behind. There's no lights. It's really raw. And I think if I was a fan of our band, which I am, but if I was a fan going to a show, I'd love to see it in this environment. You know, the festivals, and then you've got something like this. Just everything in between.
What brings us to the next question? You played all these huge festivals, 80,000 people. Didn't you play to like 500,000 people?
Yeah, it was rad.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, what brings you back to these gigs? What makes you think, right, I want to go back there and do this more?
I think it's just the simple fact that we're a band that's doing this journey all the time. It's this gradual incline. It's never been up, it's never been down, it's always been this gradual incline. And the reason I think for that is because you give back to the people that want to see you. That's essentially it. And so, for me, it's like when I was younger, you know, we would see, I saw Def Leppard play in Exeter Uni as a special gig, you know, in front of 600 people. And the next day they did Sheffield Don Valley Stadium. But they were doing this thing, and like for me, it's doing that gig every night for a few weeks to people that would see us at Brixton Academy or Manchester Academy, and then they get a chance to see all these smaller venues. I think it's, you know, it's cool talking. Right? It's cool. It's good for us. It keeps us on our toes as well, you know, musically.
every time that I get around you, something takes a hold of my soul, staring me up until I can't get enough. When you move, you make my sweat turn cold. 'Cause you're a freak for the minutes later than end. Right now I've got you in the palm of my hand.
You're doing a really good job, by the way.
Do you think?
Yeah, it's great. It's
Mouth's,
good.
the mouth's getting drier and drier.
Like a thirsty goat going.
I've got a bag full there. Don't know what you need. So to me, everyone in the band has got like this different persona. And to me, when you play, what I've seen of you on YouTube, it's more of a show. It's not a concert. It's not a gig. To me, it's a show.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Everyone plays their part.
Yeah, of course, that's exactly what it is. It's supposed to be like that. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to be inclusive. It's supposed to be us giving it to the audience giving it back. You know, start channeling the energy. I know it sounds not cheesy and stuff, but if you play in front of an empty room, we're still going to perform the way we perform, but the energy won't be the same as if you're playing in front of people, because you get that energy back from the people. So you know, it's
My friends in Wacken, are you ready to fucking move? Sing it!
In regard to set list,
yes.
I know a lot of bands sort of do the same thing, or they do the first few songs the same. Do you tend to mix it up, or
when we're on tour, it's pretty set. To be fair, I like the idea of playing an instrument in the band. Anchors Benji. Benji is different every night, and they're in interludes that are different. But the core songs are the same, so we can anchor in. It gives him the opportunity to try things out with the audience, and I like to be on a comfortable autopilot, so I know what's happening and I can enjoy that. I think there are lots of bands I know that change set list each night, which I totally get, but I think for us we're not really that kind of band. I think we give the core of the set. There are things that are, like I say, change in between, but he's so random, he's going to do what he's going to do, and you've just got to go with it. But the core songs as they are very much the same. You know, when we change from tour to tour, obviously. And this tour is, you've got a couple of oldies in there this time, which I think is good, putting a few older songs in there. And you're touring big things, there's a few songs off the new record. And I think they're only playing one song of the Union Black, which is weird because that used to be a big part of the set 3 years ago. But now that record is almost 10 years old. Or 9 years old or however. It's like
crazy.
It's like you've got an hour and a bit to play. You can't play everything. The way I look at it is you want to play the songs people like yourself. You go, right, okay, well I only heard the one song and I went on YouTube. You're going to look at the songs that are on YouTube or your top Spotify songs. So you try and do that. That's what we try to do anyway.
So that brings up the next question. Is there any old songs that you don't like playing but you feel you have to because the crowd will hear it?
Very good question. No, I love everything.
I'm only asking some of these questions are how I used to feel when I was in bands. There was some stuff that I used to hate playing, but we used to have to mainly used to have to play it to fill a setup.
Well, this is what I was going to say. I think nowadays, because we choose the songs out of an 18-year career and 7 records. I think on Babylon when we started, we always joke about it. We were opening up for Korn in America. We had 20 minutes a night, 2 months, and you play the same 5 songs. But it was the only album we had. And so you were getting sick of those really quickly because it was the only album we had. We weren't able to play anything else. And then, by the time you get to your 3rd record, you can mix the set up a little bit. So no, not really. I think the set list we're doing at the moment, I really enjoy. Everything's a banger. There's things that are missing that I think we could put in, but in putting them in, you're sacrificing something else. And Sometimes I think it's cool that if you play a show and you know the crowd are going to walk away going, I wish they played that. I quite like that.
Yeah.
Does that come again?
Yeah.
Does that come again?
Definitely, yeah.
We play the same ones every time we do the so yeah.
Last night, did some homework on YouTube, and I came across Rude Boys for Life.
Oh yeah,
Didn't know
documentary.
anything about it, right? And I found it like really honest, informative. I thought it was quite moving.
Oh.
Benji was talking about his upbringing,
Yeah.
and Dan about his mum when he was in
Yeah.
America. It was a really good insight, I thought,
Oh, good.
into the band.
Good.
Honest insight into the band.
Good.
Thinking about the issues you touched on, the drinking or the panic attack. What are you doing different now on tour?
I think life has changed now. I think you're doing this for a long time now. Back then it was still really new. So I was 24, 25. Yeah, 23, 24. We were all three of us were all young. And I think we were just literally going, well, I was anyway, I don't know when I'm next going to be here. I don't know when I'm next going to be in Vegas or next going to be in these places, so you just go hard. I think now it's like, if I don't go back, I don't go back. I don't care so much. You know, it's like you think about it, it's not the experience of playing, it's more about where you are in the world. I mean, I think I tended to go really hard wherever we were. Because I'd be like, it's such a gift, and you don't know when you're next going to be there, and I was always like,
Yeah.
And so now it's a bit like, if I want to stay on the bus and not have a drink, I'll just stay on the bus and not have a drink. And I learned very quickly after that, it was when you play in a band, it's the crowd's Friday night or Saturday night every night. But for me, it's a Monday. I can't be drinking or doing what I want to do or partying when it's Monday, Tuesday, Sunday. It's like, even if the guy in the crowd is going, come on man, fucking hell, you know, they hype you up. Anytime you play a gig, you go out there and talk, oh, let me buy you a beer, let me do this, let me do that. Back then, you're like, yeah, doesn't matter. Now it's like, do you know what, I'm alright, thanks. You know, maybe later. So I mean, it's cool though, you still want to have party, you still want to party and have a nice time, but just to take it a bit more easy. Plus we were touring way more. We were touring so hard then. Like, I didn't go home for 6 months. In America, we were in America and just stayed out there. And so yeah, we just literally jumped on tour to tour, and that was how it was for like 3 years, just touring America non-stop. And then it was come back here. Obviously, you can't do that in England. You can't do that in Europe. You can do it for a month at a time, and then you've got to leave it. In America, you can literally just keep going around. Do one tour. 3 months later, you're back at the beginning, but you can do the same run all the way around and hit all these different places. It's so big. And so there are bands that we know that never toured here, or never did. Like we took this band Breaking Benjamin, they just started coming over here, and they were friends of ours over there. We were touring them in like 2003, 2004. They just stayed in America for the last 15 years, never came over. And just now, it's like, it's just a big place.
So what's the first thing you do when you get home? You have this massive tour, you get home, what's the first thing you do? Catch up on Collie, EastEnders?
Straight the
You
cat.
got a dog as well, haven't you?
I've got a cat. Straight the cat. Yeah, straight the cat. Nice time with the cat. Put my comfy clothes on. Put my clothes in the wash until chasing a bird. Because you feel like you want to burn your clothes again until you've been wearing them all the time, just like burn the clothes. And then yeah, just relax really. I like Bake Off. Yeah, look, my wife got me into Bake Off this year, which was really relaxing. I watched The Apprentice last night, which was lovely. Bit of TV, bit relaxing.
I'll be getting into The Apprentice, I'll be honest, yeah.
I love The Apprentice. I like going out to eat a lot, going out to restaurants, relaxing. Yeah, it's good. The first thing is usually straight in the cat and put your comfy clothes on. Boring stuff.
Is it good to get home?
It's always good to get home. It's always good to get home. I mean, I'm not dissing this place, but sitting on a sticky sofa and wiping the beer off you, you know, it's like just nice to be home. It's not a diss on where you are, because it's like this everywhere else. It's just you're living in your clothes. I mean, I wouldn't be spread out here in my flip flops and my shorts. You know, you're not sitting in your pants watching TV, are you?
we're talking about big things.
Yeah.
For me, it's the best thing you've done, I think.
Oh, thank you.
I really do. A bit more mainstream, but I like that.
Yeah.
So was that like a natural progression? Or was
It was
something
conscious
you
and
thought
natural.
about?
It was conscious and natural. Yeah, I mean, I think with a band like us, it's it's a double-edged sword. Your uniqueness and your gift as a band and the kind of music we want to play is a double-edged sword. It's the best thing about us, but also the worst thing about us, because you either like it or you don't. I think we're very Marmite. You're either in or you're out. And I think with this, it was like we concentrate on a few elements that make it, I guess, more songy. You know, and everyone's getting older. Everyone wants to do different things. I mean, the main thing about Skindred is you've got 4 people in the documentary all fighting for different things that they think is right. But this is the same thing again. But do you know, I never heard Metallica, did it? Not saying that we're like Metallica, but at one point they were like, I remember on that documentary, A Day in the Life, and they're talking about Bob Rock. He's just going, it's just too much E. Why don't you change? Why don't you change the key? Like, this is the same thing. It's like, why don't we change the tunings? Why don't we change certain things just to open it up and see if it works? I mean, it's an experiment at the fucking end of the day. It's a moment of record, isn't it? It's what you're listening to at the time, how you feel at the time, and it's like, you know, people get really fucking bent out of shape about it. It's just like, do you know what? It's music to entertain you, to make you feel. If it's not, then fine. But don't go, they've done this, they've done that. It's like, if you're not getting it, it's cool.
I think
Let's get it on the next one.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
the little girl knows the album word for word.
the shit.
Oh yeah.
There you go. That's great.
She loves it. 9 years old. And she absolutely loves it. You know, so thanks.
Thank you. No, I really enjoyed making it, and I thought it was, for me, I was really, really proud of it. And I thought
I love that.
looking forward to more.
Definitely, yeah. But a couple more questions, if you're okay with that, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Videos. I noticed you've got 3 videos off this album. One of them you're in, Machine.
Yeah.
The other 2 you're not.
You did a lyric video.
Yeah, the lyric video.
And That's My Jam, yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you get a say what happens in the videos? Do you get an input?
Yeah, I mean, I directed That's My Jam.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so
Things you learn. I never knew that either. Finish off with some quick questions if that's okay.
Use a bird on the left.
The missus is going to watch this after that.
Oh, sorry.
Well, the video, there's 2 birds in the video.
Oh, right.
in the subway. I was just going to ask you the one on the left is because she's quite tasty little piece.
Tasty little piece. You're in it.
Every time that I get around you, something takes a hold of my mind. 3 seconds time, I'm about to realize singing. Yeah, you shake it so fine. 'Cause when you move it slow, my bones start shaking. You move it so I can't stop. 'Cause you're a freak for the rhythm.
What was it? I can't remember their names.
Anyway, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
We'll edit that one out maybe.
One
Yeah.
was called Holly, they were both friends of our PR guy. They're both friends of our PR guy because we were looking for 2 girls to play the part, and he was like, I know these sort of model-y type girls. I said, mate, just bring them along. They're going to look better than me doing it, or Mikey. So just like 2 girls, and yeah, it looked good. It was cool. What's her name? Vaughan and Holly.
There you go. Vaughan and
Thank you
Holly.
very much. They were very good.
Yeah, really good. So, yeah, I've got any plans of a live album?
Yes.
I would love that.
Yes, we have.
I would love
Hopefully.
I like
Live in the Tivoli.
live in the Tivoli.
Live in the Tiv.
I've
We'll see. Do you know what?
Yeah.
A live album has to be right. It has to be done right. You know, we want it to be alive and dangerous. You know what I mean? Kiss Alive. I want it to be like one of those fucking bad boy live albums. I don't want it to be a live album that's a throwaway with some extra thing. It has to be like an event. So it will be something cool if we do it like that. Yeah, like, you know, like I remember those albums, those live albums are live albums that people listen to above the original recordings, I think, and that's what you want. You want something that's like I think the closest one recently is the Pantera. Was it 101 proof? I mean, that's fucking 20 years old. You know, or 25 years old, something like that. That kind of live album where it's like you capture the bits in between the songs, and I mean, something like that would be cool. Queen live at Wembley.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Video as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The whole thing.
Blu-ray,
4K.
Blu-ray. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
That's looking really ugly.
All right.
In 4K. Gross.
Couple of quick fire questions
Quick
for
fire out.
Exposure of festivals or intimacy of smaller gigs?
Okay, really quick. Intimacy of small gigs is for people that have already liked your band. Exposure at festivals makes more people come to the intimate gigs, so exposure at festivals.
Good answer. Number 1 UK album with 2 number 1 singles, or a UK sellout tour?
I had a UK sellout tour, so I'll do the album.
Yeah. Another good answer. Sell out Wembley Stadium. This was actually for Benji really, but sell out Wembley Stadium or sell out Millennium Stadium?
Oh, Wembley. Without a doubt. The other one can fucking whistle.
Saying It Now volume version or Saying It Now Big Tins version?
Big Tings version. Yeah, Big Tings version, because I think it's morphed into something that's bigger than the band. You know, it's morphed. So I think definitely that. I think the first one allowed us to do the second.
Cool. And this one was for Benji as well, but I was a bit like that whether to ask it. Heavy metal or baby metal?
Well, this is answers for Benji. Baby metal.
There you go, that's my interview.
Hey, thank you very much. That was great.
No, absolutely brilliant.
Well
Thank you
done.
very
I
much
don't know what you're
indeed.
nervous about.
Well,
That was great.
'Cause you're a fruit